What's up, everybody? It's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming. Today we're checking out some more Lego City Undercover. This one happens to be Crescent Park FREE ROAM. We're going to nail all those collectibles to our wall, check them off, and move on to the next area when we're done. So let's go ahead and get things started. But real quick, let's go ahead and check in with Chase and see how he's doing here. Yeah, ooh, little sweaty, it looks like. All right, we're gonna go ahead and toggle through a couple of these characters. Doesn't really matter which ones you have, but boy, the journey we have led so far with this guy and all his disguises. We're honing in on kind of the home stretch, but before moving in to this level area here, we're gonna want to make sure you have the red brick for super color gun as well as the unlimited dynamite. Now, the super fast travel helps as well, as we want to get all the way over here to Crescent Park, but the closest travel point is actually in Uptown, and rather than having to actually go to the train station and activate that with this red brick for super fast travel, we can go right there. But quick peek at the overall collectibles, you can see we have 0 collectibles for Crescent Park. We got them all for Uptown, but yeah, here we are. Well, speaking of Uptown, we have officially arrived here. It's kind of nice. It's like teleporting, but not quite as dangerous. And we're going to go ahead and then steal this nice little pink convertible and follow the old ghost sat-nav stud trail here, which is no longer ghostly as we have to collect the sat-nav stud red brick on. And it actually takes us down and around and all the way. And we're going to go down under first. That's right. We're going to go inside the tunnel and we're going to get a couple of collectibles down south. So these are actually easily missed, as you've probably traveled quite a bit on this little underpassageway here. And let's go ahead and honk the beep while we're down here, huh? Meep, meep. And once we get up to this open parking lot area that you've probably driven by a handful of times, we're going to go ahead and pump the brakes. Actually, we're going to ghost ride the whip. Look at that. We actually hopped out. I do not recommend doing that in real life, but check it out. All right, so we it looks like we're on top, but it's actually not true. We're down under, and there are 4 of these parking kind of, I guess they're poles that need to be repainted. It looks like somebody ran out of paint when they were doing this, or maybe some kids came and scratched it all off. Either way, we got all 4 right here in this lower area. Once you paint all 4, it's actually going to reward us with the first character token for the Paramedic. Now, I don't know why, but this always reminds me of my homeboy, Doc. That's right, my buddy Doc is actually a real-life paramedic. He saves lives on the regular, and I'd like to give a shout-out to old Sam. What's up, Sam? I don't know if Sam's going to watch this or not. He probably doesn't watch a lot of our Lego videos, but I feel like I just picked up your spiritual character token, Doc. But anyhow, moving along, we actually got this little drill point in the back right area here. Look at that. It's not anything too special, but we're always game for some super bricks because we're going to go ahead and spend a little bit of those here throughout the level. But you want to pay attention to this blue and white striped barrel on the right side of the area next to these nice stellar neon waves on the wall. Now, this part right here is a little bit tricky. Trying to figure out how to get from the side wall to the roof top wall is a little bit tricky. Then once you get it, the angle of which you are moving is extremely important because it's super easy to fall off. And the goal here is to get all the way to the end of this, and you can see there's a character token floating around. Now, I tried to get that token with the jetpack, and there's just not enough juice to get up there. And unfortunately, you can't really jump off of buses or cars or anything. It kind of prevents that from happening. At least I've had 0 luck with it. And so we went ahead and did it the official way. Now, hey, speaking of official, head on over to Subscribe Button Central, which happens to be youtube.com/HappyThumbsGaming. You should be able to find our subscribe button right there. There's actually one probably in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen right now, too. But, all right, we've got all of the collectibles down in the underpass there. We're going to go ahead and keep on keeping on. And look at this. We're actually running all sorts of people over in the area just south of us, which happens to be Bright Lights Plaza. But we're not ready for that. We're going to double back right into the park, and we're going to collect another one of these super bricks. Now, when I was doing my kind of prep run, planning my route, I saw the little glimmering bits inside of those black and dark gray rocks, and I thought that was the boulder that needed to be destroyed. And then I found one later, and I thought there was 2, so I thought the game was all messed up, but it turns out I was messed up. I just needed to smash it open and see what was inside. And speaking of inside, right down below it, there's a cave that we just fell off the side ledge and got inside, and we got the Super Ram red brick, so we can add that to our collection as well. And as we swim back to safety, avoiding any shark bites, we find ourselves a vehicle token and a super brick. So getting some more super brickage, and we've got the 1 of 2 vehicle tokens scattered throughout this area. So we're almost done with that one already. Next up, there's this bridge right here, and you might notice that one side actually has some very dull-looking flowers. Now, the super color gun red brick's going to come in extremely handy here, as we need 4 different colors, and that would take a lot of running back and forth. Now, I do believe all the colors you need are scattered around the restaurant right next to the big coffee mug that we're going to go attend next. Make sure that you grab the old character token floating around for the nurse. That's right. Hello, nurse. Anybody remember that? That's some old school stuff right there, too. Down below where we picked up the nurse token, though, there's going to be another super brick. So, keep in mind that none of these super bricks are required for you to get. If you've got 1,000,000 super bricks, or maybe you've done all the super brick builds, you don't have to worry about those. But if you're trying to kind of keep on with us, make sure you grab them as we grab them. Now, I got to be honest, too. I actually miss a couple here. There's a couple up on the big wall that is up above the drill thrill that we're going to get here in a few seconds. And actually, we're going to go round up a car right by it, too, for this next one after the coffee break. That's right. We've been hard at work so far, about 6.5 minutes or so of some hard, grueling, collectible labor, and I think we both deserve a quick coffee break, so let's pull out some Folgers and take a nice drink or two. A little drinky poo. All right, so we've got that. We'll collect our gold brick, and now we're going to head all the way up to Civilization. Now, I probably should have pre-planned or maybe even done this collectible first, but of course, you could have kept a car, and I keep hearing something about an instant vehicle spawn red brick. Apparently, I haven't found that one yet, and I haven't really gone out of my way to figure out if it exists or not. Maybe somebody's trolling me. Maybe it's one of the best red bricks in the history of red bricks, but have not got it yet. Either way, we got to get us a vehicle for this next one, so we're going to go ahead and grab one, and check this out. We're going to go all the way over to this super jump here, but before taking it, we're going to show you a quick peek at the map so you know where we are. And essentially what we need to do is jump out over that circle. That little dark circle on the map is a coffee cup. We're going to go blasting right on over it, and unfortunately, I didn't have enough juice to clear the docks there. But we got that chef token, and we are ready to keep on keeping on. Which, look at that. It landed us right next to an ATM. So let's go ahead and get our smash on, and I guess we'll collect a little bit of studs. Not that we need it at this point. We got almost 12 billion. That is a few studs, if I do say so myself. And there comes some more after we get our smash on. Keep in mind, you do have to switch over to the criminal edition of Chase McCain, or in this case, we got Rex Fury equipped. And, talking about equipping, we need a local disguise booth put together. So we'll go ahead and smash the blue box just around the corner from that ATM and rebuild it into a disguise booth, which gives us the character token for the Waitress. Now, I wonder if that is just any old plain old Waitress, or if that happens to be the super famous Waitress from It's Always Sunny in Philly. Charlie's love. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool if that was a little homage. I gotta be honest, though. Doc's got his own paramedic. The Waitress has got one. I need my own character. And, I should probably go spend some time in the customizer and make my own custom character. And maybe I should do that in future Lego games and just play the game as much as I can with the HappyThumbsGaming version of Lego. Or, it'd be cool. Thumby would be awesome. HTG Brian would be. I would love any of those. And you know what? It may happen someday. I got my fingers crossed, and I'm keeping the doors open. I'm not gonna shut it and say it'll never happen. I'm hoping it does. But all right, we've painted 3 big wheels around this. I don't know what this is. Some sort of a boathouse, lighthouse, something. It's a cafe perhaps. But inside the deck there on the upper top, the upper deck, we're actually going to find the character token once you paint all 3 of those. So 2 are on one side and 1 is on the opposite end. And this game's trying to make me look like a noob right now because I've dropped it down too low and I missed that super break, but I got it. You saw that. I got it. So, all right, back up on top of the house. Nope, we actually got to make our way around the back. There's an upper deck around back. And see, here's those color guns I was talking about earlier. And we're going to get up here, though, and not pay attention to those. But we are going to pay attention to this flower pot over here that needs a little watering. So switch on over to Farmer Joe and pull out that watering can, man. And let's see if we can make some little daisies. Yeah, look at that. We did. I don't know if those are some petunias or what them is, but we got them. They're growing. They look healthy, and we are out of here. Next up, there's kind of a tricky jump here. Now, if you have troubles with that jump getting up there, of course, you can follow the ledge all the way down. It does get lower, and you can follow it all the way back up. And look at that. We've got ourselves a scan point, which we are looking for a gang that's up to no good. And it turns out they're inside this little cafe house. And we get a quick scan and zone in. And look at that. We've got cucumber sandwiches. You know what? I might have to try one of those. I've been trying to eat healthier, and that sounds like it's right up my alley. So I'll check that out. Anybody out there ever had a cucumber sandwich before? I've had cucumbers on my sandwich before, but I've never had a cucumber sandwich. Interesting. All right. Look at that. You snooze, you lose. I've been snoozing on them cucumber sandwiches, that's for sure. All right, this one threw me for a loop. I see that purple halo, and I'm like, oh, it's across the bridge. The bridge is behind me. Whoopsie. Nope, it's not. It was actually right in front of me off to the left, hiding behind that giant coffee cup. So I'm off on foot, trying to get there as quickly as possible. Now, if you're lucky, innocent bystander might come driving by on one of them segways or perhaps a lawnmower. But most of those guys are on the opposite side of this bridge, where you can see there goes a segway scooting on by. And we make it with 10 seconds left, so plenty of time. And look at the bad guys rounding themselves up here under this little gazebo. So things are going down in the gazebo. That's all I got to say. And look at everybody running. Oh, no. That guy, whoa, that guy went right through the wall. That was crazy. All right, once we get up here, we're like, all right, come on, which one of you wants it first? And, oh, no, see, my fighting style is not that good right now. However, look at that. 1, 2, and 3 down for the count already. Of course, I give the old sweeping chimney move there. And look, oh, the last guy's out. He is out of here. We're going to go ahead. Oh, that was a quick capture. Some of those guys get a nice long head start on me, and it takes forever to catch them. That was rather quick and short. And I have to be honest, in all of the planning that I did, I thought I had this one nailed into the most efficient route ever, just like we did on Uptown, the last level we did. However, I didn't know where the gangs arrested was going to take me, and it took me across the bridge, which I did not want to go. I wanted to go back down towards the treehouse. I was hoping it was going to take us down that way. And the information I had didn't tell me either way. I was simply guessing and hoping. So I hopped on a skateboard, and we're going to go all the way back down. I guess it's in the northern corner. No, it's in the southeast corner. The way the map moves around when you move around is awesome. Like, I've gotten used to it, but at the same time, it's totally messes me up from my north and south. It makes me look like a noob all the time. Oh, look at that. It is the south. So we've gone past the old clubhouse or treehouse there, and I told you we were going to come do a drill thrill that's actually really close to some super bricks that we miss, and we see it right here when the camera changes. Watch this. Oh, look at that. In between those horsies, up top on those upper ledges there, which actually have little handles you can get up to pretty easily. You do have to jump off of this, well, there's these little pillars that right next to me. On my right-hand side, there's one just to the right. It's actually right there above where we busted that fuse panel and got that active. But all right, in this case, we're going to skip all those for now. I just happen to go back and figure out that those were there and how to get them in another little run there. So get your drill on. And again, they stuck us with a really high number for amount of shaky panels that need to be drilled. So, you know, really, I don't have a perfect route for you. There probably is a real efficient, nice route. Because I got this done in my first attempt, I didn't have to go back and do it. However, there's a couple there that were totally shaken, and I don't think I got credit for those, so that was kind of weird. So I was really shaking in my boots, thinking I was going to have to do this again, and I'm looking at the timer going, holy cow, we got a lot of tiles to break and not a lot of time left. And, you know, knowing that I might not have gotten those ones back there, too, it was really starting to build up some anxiety and stress. But as it turns out, I slide in, and I need that umpire call because it's too close for the regular eye to call. So watch this. Here we go. We're coming into the home stretch. 9, 8, 7. Psych! Look at that. We had 5 seconds left. I'm building up way too much hype. That's right. I'm the hype builder, and I kind of misled you there. Not really, but kind of. 5 seconds was, you know, that's definitely stressful. Most of those I have like 45, 50 seconds left. But, all right, we're back over here at the treehouse. This definitely looks like a Steve Nelson treehouse, as it looks very secure and awesome. And, you know, someday I hope to have my very own Steve Nelson treehouse. If you don't know who Steve Nelson is, you definitely need to Google him and check it out. He has his own show building treehouses, and he travels all over the United States and I believe Canada too, even, and builds these amazing like homes in trees. Like some people make them for just like, you know, little meditation spots. Other people make them for like crazy things like, you know, like workout sessions up in the middle of the tree. It's crazy. But anyways, get all the way to the top of the tree house and plant that flag and reap in the benefits of getting that gold brick and, of course, conquering the district. Now, you probably noticed that there was a little ladder behind me there. It's kind of like a trap door. It actually drops us right inside, and I could have got that character token, which happens to be Patty Hayes. Shout out to Patty Hayes. I'm not sure who Patty is, but what's up, Patty? And we'll go ahead and collect her, and we could have used the escape hatch out the top, either way, in or out, but we opted not to. Next up, this is kind of tricky, too. There is no real specific way to get up here. Like, you don't have to use the old chicken, but hey, look at that. It worked rather nicely for me. And we just need to get up on top of this mini, I guess it's a garage to the treehouse. And once we get on top, we got to pull out our criminal edition and our that's right, we got to get our crowbar out and spam that button open. And be careful though, because it's one of those tricky ones where you have to hit circle a bunch of times and then you have to hit X in order to continue. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. Normally I bust out of that and I mess it up. But speaking of messing it up, this is not my first attempt that you're about to witness here. This is, I believe, my third time. I could be wrong on that. My first time, I totally got owned and I didn't get very far. I actually ran into the wall right off the bat and the cop came and hit me. So I lost a heart for hitting the wall and the cop hit me and I lost the second one. So I was just in bad shape right off the bat. I think right about this next intersection is where my first attempt ended. So the second attempt, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to get all tricky. I forgot I got the Super Ram red brick just a few minutes ago, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. So I was thinking that was going to help me. Listen, it helps with pedestrian cars. It does not do anything. At least it did not help me at all when it came to the bad guys. Or the police. I guess we're the bad guy in this particular case. But that being said, so my second attempt was totally banking on the fact that I had the Super Ram red brick on. And guess what? I went and rammed a cop and lost the heart immediately. I went out of my way because I was going to be like, oh, check this out. I got this Ram brick on and it's awesome. And no, it's not awesome. It's the exact opposite of awesome. And as a result, that was fail number 2. So I moved on to the third time, which I do believe this is it. And I will suggest that you try and drive more like me in this game, which is utilizing the sidewalk as much as possible. As you can see there, I tried to pull the old last-minute switcheroony on them. I had a couple of them following me, and I could tell because on the compass in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see the threats. They have that kind of red pentagonal shape. I don't know what I'm not. It's too small for me to see and count. You'll have to do that for me. But essentially, we can see them coming and going, and I knew there was some hot on my trail, so I took a quick left and made it over to the far side. And for whatever reason, they don't like to follow with oncoming traffic. For whatever reason. Well, safety is probably their reason. And look at that, I got a guy on a Segway coming right at me. He's coming right for us, Ned. Anybody remember that? That's some old school, too. I got to be honest, I have not been watching a lot of shows. I know that in a lot of my early commentary for some of the videos, you know, I've got Family Guy comments, Cleveland comments. I don't have a lot of that stuff to offer right now that's fresh. I haven't been watching any of that stuff. Not even that 70s show. I've been watching weird stuff, wife-selected stuff. Anyhow, we've got to that purple halo. We got the T.R.E.V, which is the nice little Scooty Puff Senior. It's not quite the Junior. I always think of the Segway as the Scooty Puff. Even though we have a scooter, I guess we really do have a scooter in here that should be called the Scooty Puff Junior. But regardless of what I'm calling it, we are a long ways away from home. So we're going to use that fast travel, the super fast travel red brick again, to go ahead and select the train station just up north of where we are, because we have not activated the train station in Crescent Park yet. And look, I have a choice. Do I want a big, long pink limo or one of these fast orange, or I think it's a RAR. We'll go ahead and choose that guy, and the goal is to get back to that treehouse. Now, that's where we left off when we started that vehicle robbery mission, which seems like forever ago. But we're going to go ahead and take another quick route, utilizing as many sidewalks as possible for a couple of reasons. One, because, well, there's less vehicles to thwart our journey. As you can see, that got me a little lopsided there. But there's also items that you can smash and get the super brick. So we have that super brick ×2 on for completing the story, and we also have the Attract super brick, so it helps us collect some of those bricks that we may have missed that we did shatter by destroying other objects. Now, all right, we have driven all the way through the underpass, and we're all the way on the south side of Crescent Park again, which is exactly where we want to be, right at that tree. And I highly recommend having a vehicle for this next one, character token number 8, the Zookeeper, as there are 3 trees scattered throughout the park, and they're not very close together. So we're going to go ahead and start with this first one, and you don't need to paint it purple. That's not something you need to do. But we go ahead and do, and then we smash it down. And I got to be honest, I love purple, so I was a little disappointed that I painted it something pretty and then destroyed it. But there are lots of trees. Don't be fooled by those. But we need to find the 3 that have the buildable bricks and build up all 3 of the birdhouses. So you can see one of them is already done, and my roar didn't make it very well across that gap, but it made us almost to the next tree here. This one's actually going to be just to the right of the main gazebo, kind of southeast of it if you're looking at the map. And there you go. You can smash and rebuild and hop back on the vehicle. Look at this, guys. He's trying to take my car, man. Don't ever leave your keys in a Lego vehicle, as it will get jacked. Now, the last one, all right, I got to be honest. I was totally, I wanted to act like I was fooling you here, but no, I went for the wrong one. So I looked at my little mini map that I actually made. This was another map that I did not have access to, so I had to make my own map. And hey, if you guys want to see my maps, let me know. These don't exist as far as I can find on the map. There's a couple of them that, lots of maps out there for most of these free roam areas, but there's a couple that didn't, at least I couldn't find them for. So I made a couple of my own. If you guys want to see them, let me know down below, and I can probably post them on Facebook or something. But all right, the last one is actually right down below the ledge, just to the right of the obstacle course. And we got it, and we get a very long look at where that character token pops up. Luckily for us, we knew where it was going to spawn, so we planned that perfectly, and we'll go ahead and hop over there and collect it, which is nice because next up, we're actually going to go ahead and check out this, I believe it's the obstacle course next. I don't want to say it yet because my routes, although on paper look great, sometimes I switch them up. And look at that, I missed a super brick. There was a super brick back there that I'm just now seeing. But look at this. All right, obstacle course. Here we are. You can see it's in the northeast corner of the Crescent Park green area there. And look at that. We have found the free run token right in the middle of the park. And oh, how easy is this? I have to be honest, this is probably the easiest free run we're going to get in this game, and we'll take it as it's, well, quick and easy. So go ahead and step right up. That's right. We're going to go ahead and face this halo spinning around and accept the free run challenge. And, you know, I always talk about the obstacle course that Mr. Z, my childhood PE teacher, used to provide for us. This is spot on. Like, this totally reminds me of our obstacle courses we have. The only thing that it doesn't have is the old rope climb, which I hated. I was always all right at it because, you know, I was pretty athletic and whatnot, at least at that time. Not now. I don't think I could get halfway up the rope climb at this point in my life. But anyhow, we got all the way through that obstacle course. Oh, and check it out. We're going to get a skater character token for that as well. Thank you very much. Next up, well, don't forget the gold brick too. We're going to go and put out a fire. That's right. We got a fire over here just burning away. It looks like somebody was roasting some weenies and, well, had to get away from, I don't know, maybe they had to go and do some other things. Maybe they're off skating in the park. Who knows? But they left their fire burning, which is never good. Make sure you always put out your fires, whether it's in a barbecue or not. And look at that. All right, so a little safety tip number for the day. Number 2, I guess. I've already given you a couple. Anyhow, moving along to the beach, we'll go ahead and we'll notice that there are these 3 giant light tan or brown piles here. Each one of them can be smashed and rebuilt into a sand castle, and hopefully we can get them all built before Big Brother comes and smashes them down, right? Hopefully you don't got a Big Brother that does that stuff. Most of us do, but hopefully you don't. But after building up all 3 of them, we're actually going to jump for joy, and look at that, we get the Musketeer token. So interesting little play there. We got 3 sandcastles and the Musketeer, 3 Musketeers. Anybody? Is that too much of a stretch there for you? I don't know, but I felt like there was something going on there. 3 Musketeers, 3 castles. Anyhow. All right, while on the beach still, we're going to head back over to this corner, and you might have noticed this pile of dark gray or black bricks, and we're going to go ahead and pull out our pickaxe one more time, and that's right. Swing, swang, boom, and look at that. We found our boulder, and we've destroyed it. We're going to go ahead and collect our gold brick. So, you know, I was telling you earlier, I got fooled by that one that had the super brick in it, and then I found that one later and was like, wait a minute, what the heck? So anyhow, we got it all figured out, though, and luckily for both of us, We've got all the items we need so far. Next up, we're going to get a super brick or two on our way to returning the little piggy. That's right. So this is the opposite end of the park where I do grab the super bricks that are up here. So keep in mind that there are a couple super bricks that we missed on the far end of the park if you are needing some. Now, there's also your scanner that'll help tell you where all that stuff is. And we're going to take a quick peek at the map here and show you where we are and how we get up top, because it's a little bit of, well, not really. If you don't know where the handhelds are, though, to climb up there, it could be a little pain. But there is not only a couple of chicken wing rings up here, but there's some more super bricks as well. So we'll go ahead and pull out old Farmer Joe here and go through them chicken wing rings, which gets us across. Now, we could totally cheat and pull out the jetpack, as you can see I'm getting ready to do. But then I think, wait a minute, that's a little bit of a high jump. We better stick with the old chicken wing rings. And look at that. They actually allow us to climb up where I don't think the jetpack would be able to get up there. It'd be a lucky jump if you made it. I bet you can make it, but it'd be a lucky jump. And all right, one last little tight pants, tight walk across the top here, and oh, poor little piggy ankles. Well, look at that. As soon as we hop on him, the old green arrow starts hopping away, and luckily for us, it's not too far. We just have to hang a little right over towards the pier, and we are here. Check it out. We'll stuff Mr. Piggy inside, and that's right, it's time for another episode of Pigs in Space. This one's a little bit scarier, because look, we are launching him out into the vast ocean side there. Really, I think it's across to the upper area, because I believe that's where the farm is. It's up over by the big Golden Gate Bridge. I could be wrong. Now, all right, this next one. All right, you're going to see me. First of all, I intentionally failed this first one here because I ran all the way over here and I tried to pull up the map, but I got excited to hit circle instead, so I sucked me into the fishing stuff. So I pull up the map and I get back into it. Now watch this. I failed at this. I literally tried like 6 or 7 times with this guy. No such luck. So then I finally at the very end there notice on my like final try that there's some sort of a meter there. But notice there was no icon for me to push. So I honestly, I got very little help for you as far as how to complete this successfully, like on the first go or two. Maybe you have to fail a bunch before you actually win, but it seems like you needed to be a certain character type. Now, as you can see, I switched from the criminal to the undercover edition, and I still get that same thing, but I don't get any kind of icon. So I switched through a couple of other characters, and I finally land on the farmer. And, well, the same process happened so far, but all of a sudden it happens. And then, wait, all of a sudden it gives me a circle button. So I don't know if I was getting button happy and ending it before I was starting it or what. But in the end, I finally got it. I'm serious. It took me like 20, maybe 25 attempts. Luckily, I edited all those out. Well, not all of them, but most of them out so you didn't have to watch me suffer. But just know that I noobed it up tremendously on that. And if you struggle with it, then, you know, you're not the only one. And if you didn't, then, you know, ha, you did better than I did. Right behind us, though, there are 3 life preservers that are in need of some colorage. So we're going to go ahead and use our super color gun, red brick, to go ahead and paint all 3 of those again. If you don't have the super color gun, red brick, you're going to have to make your way over to that giant coffee that's back down south of the park here. Not south of the park, south in the park. And there's some color gun swappers there, which will certainly come in handy for you. Now, there was a terminal there, and I wasn't sure what that was, and I actually messed with it, and it made my screen go black. I thought the game crashed, and I even told the wife. She actually hollered up, "How's it going?" I said, "Well, good," until the game just crashed. And I was lucky enough that I hit circle, and it brought me right back to that terminal, and I edited all that out. And then I booked it right over to this metro station, and I busted it open and got that built. But that was weird. I'm not sure what that little terminal is. I thought it was going to be another ferry out there, but it turned out it was not. It was not a ferry. It turned out to be scary. All right, sorry, that was bad. All right, moving along. We're actually over to the gazebo. Remember we were here earlier during the gang arrested mission, and we find ourselves a teleporter, so we call up for Scotty, and he beamed us up top, and look at that. We found Maximilian Jarvik. Not sure who that is either, but that is a pretty stellar name if I do say so myself. And we get that simply for teleporting up here. Now, before dropping down, you're going to want to make sure you slam some dynamite into the brown barrel on the silver statue and collect your gold brick and check off one more of those silver statues. As you can see, we only have a half a dozen of them left. And now we can drop down below and bust our ankles up too. Now we've got some more colorant to do. Again, super color gun red brick for the win. Holy cow, that was hard for me to say. I almost fumbled that one bad. But there are 3 balloons that actually need painting right here. And unfortunately, one of them is right out of my view. And the other one is actually being blocked by that ledge. So I have to move. These are kind of a funny angle here too. You gotta get them from the outside. At least I had troubles getting them from the inside. But all 3 will be needing paint, and once all 3 are painted, look at that. I'm going to try to blast that guy rolling by on the old John Deere. And all right, all 3 are painted. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves another character token. This one is for Carlo Cone. I'm sure it's Cone. That sounds cooler, Carlo Cone. But he's definitely, I don't know. He's not seeing things very clearly, it looks. But, all right, moving along. We're actually going to go straight east on the map there, or right, depending on how you're looking at it. And there happens to be a little kitty cat. That's right, Emmett is stuck up there again. Honestly, I feel like we could have totally gone up there with our jetpack and just grabbed him and brought him down. But no, and we certainly don't want to be like Tackleberry from Police Academy and shoot him down. Reese and I just watched Police Academy 1. He'd never seen it. So I exposed him to that for the first time. And he was like, oh, there's a kitty. And Tackleberry goes, and he should have seen the look on Reese's face when that happened. He was terrified. He loved Tackleberry up until that point, and he was not very thrilled after that. But anyhow. All right, last but not least, we got an alien to capture. And this one, all right, learn from my lesson here. There's this waterfall over here, and it certainly seems like you can jump from either side, left or right, to get out there. But I kind of prematurely jump there, and I fall right in the base of the waterfall. And it takes me forever to get out of the water because I can't seem to get high enough to get on this rock here. So I have to shimmy all the way down here. And look at that, I finally am up. And definitely the right side is the golden side to do it from. I do believe you can get there from the left. You just got to jump at the appropriate time. Get back there, solve the quick puzzle if you don't have the Super Astro Crate red brick on like we do. And he's off. He's running. We got him, though. No problemo. Look at there's a mosh pit going on here. Where did all these guys come from? I don't know if that is as a result of us discovering the alien or what, but I'm pretty sure that when we ran through there a few seconds ago, that was not happening. But I got to be honest, I'm a little jealous. These guys are mosh pitting, and we're off chasing aliens like Men in Black. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and get our Will Smith on, too. And when we're done, we'll go ahead and flash our little light thingy there. Wait. Oh, we're going to take a quick peek at the collectibles first. Maybe? Nope. I swear I went and mosh pitted it up, but maybe I didn't. It was a little bit of a letdown. But hey, look at that. Not being a letdown is getting all the collectibles. Hopefully you followed along. And if you didn't, go back using those collectible quick links for anything you might be missing. And quick peek at our overall progress, 52.2%, and homing in on all of those 100% on all those things. But hey, that's going to wrap it up for Lego City Undercover Crescent Park FREE ROAM. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, you might want to check out the Thumbie Must See video. Doesn't have to be next, but it could be. You can click it right now. Of course, we got social media pages. All of those are linked down below with those quick links and other pieces of information. And hey, if you have not already, click that subscribe button. As for me, that's going to do it. As always, until next time, see ya!